today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Carolina Panthers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, ready to go, and we are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And they'll accept that penalty. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Dalton. And his pass incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Dalton to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 2. Right back to Hubbard.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Dalton.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Dalton here from the gun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
And it'll be Dalton again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Dalton now to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Deontay Johnson.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw into the hands of Pittman here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Third and 3.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Downs.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They go play action with Richardson.
Able to slither by. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
First and 10, Taylor now.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Now a second and 6. They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
Powering forward, and he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now a second and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton.
He's got Mingo. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
from midfield here, Dalton.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10.
To throw here, Dalton. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They push him back 8 yards and time on second down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
These two teams all tied after one. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. So Dalton now.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And this is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Dalton.
That is caught. He finds his big target, Liggett. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Dalton sets up play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts, and he's into the clear. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point.
got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Passing, it's Dalton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
So the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Play action now, Dalton. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Dalton. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
That's caught by Mingo, right side. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Deep to return is Josh Downs. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And
I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Now it's Richardson. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
1st and 10 for Dalton.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Dalton.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
On the handoff, running left is Hubbard.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And Andy Dalton.
There's Trimble, the tight end.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Operating from the gun, Dalton.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Sanders is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And we are tied at 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Here's Richardson to throw. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This one completes Alec Pierce.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Richardson's throw caught by Pierce.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it second down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Second down and 8. Again, it's Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
What we got? 54.
Richardson looking to throw. And going right back to Pittman.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 47.
Richardson. And this taken in by Downs.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Second and a couple. Richardson working from the gun.
That's complete right around the 8.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Richardson on 2nd and 10.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Now Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
They bring pressure there on third down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
Off play action, Richardson.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
47's the mic. 47.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
3rd down and 6. Richardson looking to throw this. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 30. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. There, Richardson back to throw it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Looking to throw. Richardson. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Play action. Now Richardson.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Back to throw.
Richardson. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Dalton. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. A give, running right, it's Hubbard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Dalton now to pass. That's over the middle and caught by Mingo. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football. And that really hurts you as an offense.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. To the right side, this is Taylor.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
First and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
He shakes him off. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Richardson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Running left, Taylor.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Taylor.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Second and goal from the 1. Here's Taylor again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And in this situation, a field goal doesn't help you a whole lot, but I think you've got to take it, because I think you're a little too far back to go for it on 4th down. But we also know the offensive coordinator's in the head coach's ear, trying to talk him into going for it right here.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. Gay's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So you're a boxing guy. How do you score that on your boxing card? A very long drive, but 3 points.
And I really want to do my boxing analyst voice right here, but I'm going to keep it normal for us, right? I call it a draw. That type of a drive has to feel good, right? You take it all the way downfield, you control the ball, control the clock. But they only got 3 points out of it. So defensively, it could have been worse, right? So I give it a draw.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Dalton and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Back to throw. Open man is Mingo, complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
3. Throwing, Dalton. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
This offense so far on third down, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Dalton.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
From midfield here, Dalton.
That caught by Trimble.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
And Dalton to throw.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Ready, set. 47. Check, 47. Oh, here we go. Oh. 47's the mic. Ready.
Back to throw. Richardson. He finds Pierce. It's complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Second and 11. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Down to a knee goes Richardson, and that should finish off this victory.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, this is one of those games where if you win it, it feels extra special. But to lose a close one like this, Charles, remember where they didn't score any points in the second half, that has to sting a bit more.
Absolutely, and I really think that they're going to spend so much time poring over this game film, trying to figure out where their calls went wrong, how they didn't execute on certain plays. They were so close. Yeah, this one's going to linger for a little while as they try and diagnose this loss.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from